Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Celestial C888 and today we will be using the Mystic Fairy Tarot deck for the tarot reading. Now without further ado, let us begin. All right, Libras, these are your cards and this is your general reading for the third week of October. That is October 16th through October 22nd, 2022. Now, first impressions that I have for you, Libras, as a collective for your reading, I definitely feel that this week it's going to be very important to maybe think a little bit differently than how you would have normally approach things a little bit differently, particularly when it regards to work or, something important that you're doing. To think a little bit differently, because the first card that I see for you guys is the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands tells me, Libra, that you guys are kind of restless right now. You have a lot of restless energy at the moment. So perhaps you have started a new job or started a new project, something new, and maybe you haven't been given a task really of significance. Maybe you're doing little bits of work here or there, but you're not necessarily doing anything, spectacularly important. And you're kind of just if I don't get something important to right now, then I'm just gonna take off and find my own new thing to do with this job or with this project, whatever it is that's going on for you, Libras. But that is the general feeling, particularly at the start of the week. For a good amount of you, it could manifest at different times of the week, but for a good amount of you Libras in the collective, that's how you kind of feel. You feel restless. You feel like you're not being given enough. You feel like you're not being used the way you should be used, because the next card we have is the Knight of Swords. Now, with this second knight, you have two knights in your reading today. I definitely feel like or at least you feel as if you have put in a lot of work to what you're doing, trained yourself, put in time and dedication. And I feel like this is why, or where, the restless energy is coming from, because you're kind of just I spent so much time learning how to do this, honing my skill and everything. I've been dedicated for a couple of years and learning this, and this is why it is so frustrating that I'm not being given anything important to do, that I'm just twiddling my thumbs, so to speak, and whatever it is that I'm doing. So that's how you feel right now, Libra. You feel like you're not being utilized enough. You feel like you're just kind of being put on the wayside. You kind of just a knight that's just standing at the ready, but not actually given a quest to do. This is why I say, with this Knight of Wands, you might be the type of person who just goes off and finds a task for yourself, even though nobody assigned you the task, just because you're feeling kind of restless. But I want to say the reason why this is happening for you guys right now, how the way this is manifesting, is for you to change your perceptions, change the way you look at things. With this Fool card, I want to say it's definitely asking for you to, instead of the hard discipline of many years of experience, maybe put in some childlike wonder into how you're approaching your tasks. Especially if this is a new job or something, maybe this is the time to do things in a different way, instead of over analyzing it, or thinking logically. I want to say, with this Fool card, it's just you're in this new beginning. Just why don't you try something new? Why don't you approach this in a new type of way? But I definitely feel for you Libras out there, a good amount of you in the collective. This doesn't have to apply to for everybody, and you can always check for your sun, moon, or rising sign if this doesn't apply. But you guys are kind of just with this King of Swords energy, where it is that you know what you need to do, you know how to get it done, you can make sure these tasks are done very quickly, very effectively. You don't even need recognition. You just want to be able to get it done, and get it done well. You guys have this King of Swords energy to you. Some of you have it where this is how you're able to complete things, how you're able to do things. So changing the way that you approach things might not necessarily feel very comfortable for you, but I definitely feel that this is needed, because while the King of Swords energy is very good for like running companies or in like fit cleaning, being a good cleanup crew in a disaster area, it does mean that you're neglecting certain other aspects of your life, certain other skills that you have. And I want to say, Libra, this is why you kind of have to like change it up a little bit so that you can learn how you can creatively do the same skills or the same job in a different way. With this Three of Pentacles here, I definitely said like it's just trying to ask you to just be a little bit more creative. Like you know how to do things in a rigid sort of sense, and that's gotten you where you needed to be. That's gotten you far, but like that doesn't mean you can't necessarily learn a different way to do the same task. And I want to say with this Three of Pentacles, it's just like asking you, kind of begging you almost, Libra, to just consider doing this task in a different way. You never know how this thing is going to open you up to like new experiences and meeting new people's, especially within the sphere of your career. If this is applying to your career, Libra, this doesn't necessarily have to apply. That's just an example. But again, I definitely feel for you guys as a collective, it's just asking you to just be a little bit different, be a little bit more different creatively. There are other skills that you have that you just like do not use at all. And because you're just so stuck in keeping things the way they rigidly are. And again, this is why I say, the Fool card comes, is just like, yeah, like to maybe stop thinking about that for a second and think a little bit differently. And even though the way you're thinking is very effective, that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't a new way to learn, a new way to be. And finally, Libras, you have the Ace of Cups. Now, with this Ace of Cups, that tells me that you have the opportunity to meet somebody new, whether that is new relationship, like romantically, friendship-wise, business partnership. I definitely feel for a good amount of you in the collective, Libra. Again, it doesn't have to apply for everybody, but a good amount of you in the collective, this is where the being different, being like trying new things is definitely going to help bring this new person into your life, Libras. I definitely feel for a good amount of you in the collective. That's how they're gonna kind of manifest, because you're just gonna do something that maybe even they also know how to do, but you did it differently, and they're gonna be like, oh wow, I never knew you could do it like that. And that's how you meet them. All right, Libras, that is your general reading for the week. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear from the community as we grow. All the October monthly readings are up on the channel as well, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.